Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season until 2 weeks time when we get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and we will be going full force into Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon mode, and everything will be not VGC 17 anymore. But until then, we will continue on with this team that we've played this week, the Whimsicott team. I've just literally finished streaming as well, so big shout out to everyone that came by the stream this evening. It was a lot of fun. We did viewer battles, and I kind of made the decision on the stream tonight, next week, because we had loads of people left over from the stream that we couldn't get to face and have matches with just because of time constraints and things like that, that we will do viewer battles next week again, so it will be a lot of fun. And just like that, we have our first opponent from Ireland, L Chan, and they're running a QR code team of Tapu, Koko, Tapu, Lele, Cortana, Garchomp, Arcanine and Mandibuzz. So not massively familiar with the actual QR code, but this build doesn't look too dissimilar from things that we kind of see quite regularly on the ladder. So we've got the Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, double terrain there, control for my opponent. Cortana, Garchomp, quite threatening combination there. The Arcanine providing the Intimidate support, and the Mandibuzz is probably Psychic Seed with Tailwind and all that kind of jazz. Now, thing is with Mandibuzz and Tapu Lele, Whimsicott can't taunt the Mandibuzz, which is a little bit of an issue for us. But I think what I'm going to do is lead off with... No, I'm going to lead off with Koko. Yeah, I'm going to bring Finny as well. I mean, do I even want Whimsicott here? Because Whimsicott really isn't feeling like a great decision, although the Tailwind is super nice in general. And then Marowak maybe is the last one there. Yeah, let's go with that and see how we get on. So we are going to be, this is going to be the last episode that we're going to play with this team. So we will be saying goodbye to it after today's episode. But it's been fun playing it all week. We've had some really good games with it, and it's been functioning quite well. Got some little niche kind of picks in there just to make it a little bit different than what you kind of regularly see in this kind of build. So let's see, we see my opponent lead off with Tapu Lele and Tapu Koko. I guess here we'll be able to see if it's Scarfed Tapu Lele. Doesn't appear to be though, because it is going to get its Psychic Terrain up. So I think turn one I will go for a Volt Switch into the Lele, and I'm just going to Tailwind with Whimi and just get that Tailwind up. Because if we can get our Tailwind up and then maybe get Marowak in here, possibly Finny in, we can start Calm Minding and start getting some momentum going in this match. So let's see, we do get the Tailwind up, no Protect coming out from my opponent. Do get that Volt Switch into the Lele and do a nice chunk of damage as well in the process, which is good. So we do pull Tapu Koko back, and I think we will bring in Finny because it's unlikely to see the Koko go for a Thunderbolt into that slot. We are going to get our terrain up, which is nice. Okay, so just a Dazzling Beam coming up from Koko. Doing a big chunk to the Whimi there, and a Moonblast into the Finny, which will take us down into berry range. Okay. Let's protect and did we switch in anything here? I mean, probably not. I think if we had Lightning Rod on Marowak, it would be a good switch in, but I think at this point it's probably worth just getting some chip onto the opposing Tapu Koko with a Moonblast. So we'll just protect Finny here. No protects coming out again from my opponent. We do get that Moonblast onto Koko. It's definitely in range now for a Moonblast from our Tapu Fini. Problem we've got to start thinking now is that the Garchomp's probably in the back. I mean, do we bring in Marowak now or not? Or do we bring in Koko? Because a Dazzling Gleam, I don't think it's going to pick up a KO on either. But you never know. Let's bring in Marowak, and then we can guarantee the KO on both targets here. So let's go for that Moonblast onto Koko. And well, I mean, one thing we could do here is kind of bluff that we've got the Lightning Rod and actually go for a Calm Mind with Finny. Because what we've got 2 turns of Tailwind left. Yeah, and just go for a Shadow Bone into that Tapu Lele slot. Because I don't think the Koko is going to go for an electric type attack here with Marowak coming out onto the field. So this might just give us the kind of like little momentum boost that we need right now. So no switches again from my opponent. We do get the Calm Mind off with Finny. We're just going to see a Dazzle come out from the Koko. Get the Shadow Bone off into the Lele. And we'll pick up the KO there. Let's see. Yeah, just a Dazzling Gleam. Okay. So, like, this Koko's not going to be going for... Like, it's definitely not going to be going for Thunderbolts at all. We do see Arcanine come in, which is fine. So we'll get an Intimidate off to both our targets. I'm going to Muddy Water and I'm going to Shadow Bone. Like, both targets are probably going to protect here, aren't they? To be honest. I'm going to Shadow Bone into the Arcanine as well. Because hopefully a Muddy Water will take down that Koko. But we might just see a Protect come out from it. Although my opponent hasn't protected it at all yet. No protects again. Muddy Water making contact. So we should be picking up. Yeah, Arcanine's just out of berry range. And we get an accuracy drop, which is quite nice. Koko going down. Don't think the crit mattered there. And we'll get a Shadow Bone off into this Arcanine. And pick up the kill. So we are 3-on-1 right now. And it is Cortana. So we're going to be fine closing this one up, I think. Let's just protect Finny. Oh, yeah. Because, yeah, that's... And let's just go for Flare Blitz. Which... should be... Yeah, we're not going to take recoil damage, so it's fine. Like, unless it's got Night Slash. But Night Slash is going to be picking up a KO onto Marowak. My opponent just taking their time on what they want to do. We get the Protect with Finny, and let's see. What is Marowak? Leaf Blade coming out, yeah, into that Finny slot, so we'll get a free Flare Blitz. We didn't need to worry about that recoil because of the Rock Head ability. But I think, like, as we kind of said at the start of the week, with the Rock Head, and the kind of the logic behind it kind of really showed through in this match here, because my opponent just didn't want to launch. They could have easily launched the T-Ball off into Finny and potentially picked up a KO there, but just because of the threat of it, and I think that's the thing with it, you can get away with it. But as I say that, you've got to realise that, yeah, you can probably get away with it in best of one, but if you get found out, and you most likely will get found out in a best of 3 situation, I don't think it's the the more optimal ability to play on Marowak, to be honest. Like, not taking recoil damage is super nice, and I think it's one of the flaws with a lot of Marowak, honestly, with not getting another powerful physical fire type attack. So it does have its pluses, but it definitely does have its minuses as well. But with that said, we've got our next opponent of the day, and they're running a very cool, quirky looking team of Murkrow, Porygon Z, Kartana, Alola Marowak, Tapu Fini, and Gigalith. So you can guarantee that Alola Marowak has the Lightning Rod ability. I'd be very surprised if it's Rockhead. Murkrow won another Dark type Pokemon that we can't taunt with a Whimsicott, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, what do we think is going to go on here? I think we bring Whimi just to kind of match the Tailwind, if anything. And we do have Taunt as well, which you can taunt other targets as well. You've got to imagine that Porygon Z is going to be a Trick Room variant with the Breakneck Blitz as well. So we definitely want Marowak in the back as an option. I think if we go Finny, maybe, or Crocodile. Crocodile's not a bad option to lead up front. At least you get the Intimidate. Let's go Marowak in the back, and Celesteela's not bad here. The Tapu Fini's not bad here, but I think Celesteela, just for it gives us another switch in as well to potentially like Breakneck Blitz and stuff like that. And you've got to imagine, with the inclusion of a lot of Marowak in my opponent's team, that the Porygon Z isn't a conversion variant, because they likely want to go for an electric typing, which I think is probably the more optimal typing. So having the Marowak in the team kind of really does conflict with that slightly. So we will lead off with our Crocodile and our Whimsicott. I don't think we want to go for a Tailwind just yet. I think we want to try and go for a Taunt into that Porygon Z. Maybe switch into let's switch into Marowak here. Because I don't think a foul play will come out from that Murkrow. It's more likely it goes for a Taunt maybe into our Whimsicott to shut it down. But we'll soon find out. We go for the Taunt. Murkrow going for a Tailwind. And we are going to see some sort of Z move come out here. It's holding a Normalium Z. And where is it going to be targeting into? Yeah, it's into the Marowak slot. So we make a nice switch there. We're going to be able to match the Tailwind now, hopefully, if the Murkrow doesn't go for a Taunt. And I think probably now is a good time to switch in Celesteela. Is it or not? Porygon Z is going to have Hyper Beam, more than likely. Ice Beam, yeah, or T-Bolt. Yeah, let's bring in Celesteela and go for that Tailwind. If we get the Tailwind off, I mean, that's a bonus. If we don't, then it's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, there's the Taunt from the Murkrow. Could have kind of played into that, I think, a little bit, but... And a Tri-Attack. So it's Tri-Attack, it's not... Yeah, it does do some good damage to Whimi. But, I think we might need to keep Whimi round. Now, is the Marowak switching on that Whimsicott really obvious for that Murkrow to go for a... I think the Murkrow might want it actually, so we could probably get a free switch into Marowak there. And I think the Murkrow would probably prefer to go for a Taunt into the Celesteela to stop any Leech Seed shenanigans. So I'm going to kind of bank on that being the play here for it, rather than foul play into that Whimi slot. Yeah, there's the Taunt. Ooh, and it has got Thunderbolt, and we do get found out. So there you go. You see that the Lightning Rod would have been a lot more beneficial, but we do not have it. And it can safely go for a can go for a Trick Room now if it wants to, because the Tailwind is ending, so it's not a bad time for it to actually go for that. But the Murkrow has definitely got access to foul play. Let's go into Crocodile here and let's just protect. Oh, we can't protect with Celesteela, which is a bit of a problem. So I think we need to protect with Marowak and then switch to Crocodile with our Celesteela. Because this will be the last turn of Tailwind as well. So there's a T-Bolt into the Crocodile slot and a foul play into that Marowak. Tailwind does pitter out now. I think we Flare Blitz into the Murkrow to get rid of it. And do we Tech Rage now, or do we just Crunch? So they're not really too threatened from the Porygon Z. I mean, it might go for a Trick Room now, but no, probably not going to happen. We're probably just going to see a Tri Attack come out from it. Do get the Crunch off, and a Hyper Beam. So it's got a Hyper Beam as well. No Trick Room. I might have Trick Room as well. So we lose Crocodile. Critical hit. It's a little bit unfortunate. But the nice thing is, you know, get rid of the Murkrow. We've still got a Marowak on the field. We've got our Whimsicott to come in, and there's no threat of being taunted now, and we can get that Tailwind off if we want to match the Tailwind from my opponent. So we see Marowak come in from my opponent here. And the thing is, as long as that Marowak's out on the field, that Porygon Z literally can't touch anything our Marowak wants to do. So we'll just detect and we'll go for that Tailwind. Because we've got the Prankster, we'll be able to get that, which is pretty nice. And it means as well we're going to have an extra turn of Tailwind once we get this up. So we'll have an extended kind of 1 turn extra than my opponent, which is good. So we do get the Tailwind up. Porygon Z missed recharge, but we had to protect there because of the potential, the Shadow Ball coming out from that Marowak. Now, what we can do is go for a Shadow Ball into that Marowak ourselves. Because we've got a new EV'd Marowak, a different one from earlier in the week, we know we're going to pick up the KO there, which is nice. And just to doubly make sure, well, no, I think I'm just going to go for that Moonblast into the PZ here. Just to get some extra damage off onto it. Because it's probably just going to try attack. Oh, but we get a little bit lucky there with a critical hit Moonblast taking it down. And the Shadow Bone here from our new improved Marowak is enough. Even though we got a critical hit, so it didn't even matter there. It would have taken it out anyway. Like we were like the new EV spread that we've got, we're guaranteed to pick up the KO on like 252 4 HP. So unless it was more than that, it could have well have been. But here we can just go for a Flare Blitz into the Kartana and just Moonblast as well, because we've got the Celesteela in the back to come in and help us close this out, which should be pretty straightforward from here. We are going to get the Moonblast into Kartana, chip any potential Focus Sash, Leaf Blade coming out into Marowak. Not doing enough though, revealing that it is Life Orbed as well. Interesting. And the Flare Blitz coming out, and we do get the KO and pick up a win. So very good game to my opponent, and a really nice way to end the episode as well, and give the team a nice send off. So we've had a really nice run with the team this week, and it's really been a lot of fun. So what I will do, I'll create a Pastebin of the team. I'll post it in the description below. If you guys want a QR code of the team, let me know, and I can always conjure that up and put that up for you if you want to try this variant out. But let me know on that, and we'll wrap things up there to end the week on a nice little high. A lot better than it was last week, I think. QR code, not QR code, sorry, episode analyzer will be up later on this evening, so do stay tuned for that. It will be a bit shorter than usual, but that's just because there's not too much to kind of cover in ways of losses and things like that. But we will talk about the team and to an extent, and just go over this week's battles, which will be a lot of fun. So do stick around and tune in for that, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed the team this week. Let me know your thoughts and comments on what you've thought of it, how you found it, what things you liked from it, what things you may want to change from it if you were to take it forward and use yourselves. And just, yeah, in general, let me know. But we will be back next week. One thing I did want to mention as well, so next week on the channel, I really feel now we've had the news dropped with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we know we're getting all the legendaries. I really want to up our Battle Spot Doubles content on the channel for the next 2 weeks, and maybe just take the School of Hard Knocks just a little bit of a step back until Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of comes into the full focus of things. Now I might just drop one day next week and add another Battle Spot Doubles episode in. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, one thing we could do is flip everything round and have School of Hard Knocks on Wednesday, and then just do Battle Spot Doubles the rest of the week. But I will leave it up to you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to have that 1k subscriber special where you can get your hands on these lovely plushies. So Mr. Snorlax and Mr. Mimikyu are going to be our prize giveaway for that sub special, and it's just a little thank you to all of you guys for all the support that you give in the channel, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. So I've tried to do something a little bit different for the special, so I hope you enjoy it, and whatever, it'll be a lot of fun, and it's just a little thank you to you guys, and the content in it should be pretty interesting. So I will look forward to hearing your responses from that. But that is going to be it from me. Have an amazing weekend, whatever you're up to. Just make sure you're taking care of yourselves, having fun, and I will see you all on Monday. So have a great weekend, guys. Thanks as always, and until then, see you later. So until then, bye bye.